achievers, as you well know. You were also in your previous, when you're in your intro topic, we were talking about the computer science department and how it is growing and how it has consortiums with the NSA and and those types of things, which leads me into my big point of concern and my biggest concern with what's going on at the campus now. And I've talked about this in this committee. I've talked about it at the floor of the House. I've written about it. And I have concern about the presence of faculty members who are foreign nationals, specifically from threat countries. And I asked the question, the first time I asked the question 3 years ago, was how many of our departments or colleges at LSU have a majority of faculty members from threat countries? And I gave them a list of threat countries, and there were 2. And then there were still 2, and this last year, I guess they expanded the search, and it's 4. 2 of them are at the medical school, but 2 of them are here on campus. So then I continued asking questions, and I asked specific questions about from which countries these folks came from. And it was revealed to me, and I talked to your staff about it, revealed to me that we have 109 or so faculty members from the People's Republic of China. Now, look, I ask about Russia, I ask about Venezuela, I ask about Cuba, and I ask about our codified threat countries that the State Department list. And so I don't know what to think of that. And I hope you will think of it. And I hope y'all will drive down on it. The University of Louisiana Monroe, I'll say this with Dr. Hunter Reed here, they on their own initiative recently published an assessment of threats on their campus. And I'm considering bringing in legislation that have every school do that every year. So it is publicly stated that we recognize what or who is on our campus. And again, to repeat what I said earlier, I have no problem with foreign nationals coming here, but this is Louisiana State University. It's in the United States of America, and we need to be diligent about what we do. And the fact that one of the departments that has a majority of threat countries is the computer science department, that we're growing and we're sending people around the country to get big salaries, and they have a majority of threat country faculty members who can make tenure decisions, they can make admissions decisions, and this worries me, Dr. Tate. And I have talked about it before, and I continue to talk about it, and sometimes I feel like I'm talking to a wall. So I would, if you have any comments on it, I would appreciate it.
I'm sorry you feel like you're talking to a wall.
Not to you, but in the air. In the air. For the last 2 years, you're not a wall.
So one thing I want everybody to know something, just a certain protocol in the academic world that I don't think everybody is fully aware of. So once you get to the level of a dean or a provost or president, and if you're at a major research university in the United States, and you're responsible for anything dealing with science or engineering, there's going to be a knock on your door. And it will be from someone who is either located in your region or comes from Washington, D.C., and they will be a federal intelligence officer. And they will sit down with you and talk to you directly about what's happening on your campus. I just want you all to know that. So this country is not, we all are with you, sir. So they come, and since I've been here, they've come and they talk to me directly about what's happening at LSU. They did it when I was at South Carolina, and they did it when I was at Washington University in St. Louis. And everyone is very clear about what we're doing. And so in the most transparent public fashion, our intelligence folks come and they let us know. Now, they let us know if there's a problem, if they're doing anything. They're not going to name a name, but they are watching exactly what we're doing. And that gives me that makes me feel good, because I'm a university president. I'm not a security agent, right?
Nope.
So I need to know that the people who are supposed to be watching are watching. And I've never been in a leadership role in this country where we had big STEM that they did not come and tell me they were. And that makes me feel good. Now I'm going to turn it over to, we just hired, because I take seriously what you said in the last couple of years. We just hired a research security officer for the university. And it's extremely important that you have that in place, Because if you don't, your compliance is off, your risk assessments, as you just alluded to, are off. We hired our colleague here. I'm going to let you introduce yourself, from a great university in the north, Purdue, which has big-time engineering, massive defense-related work, maybe one of the top 5 in the United States in terms of research expenditure. So, very experienced professional. Please introduce yourself and talk more about what you do.
Madam Chairperson, Representative Owen, members of the committee, my name is Sean Courtney. I am Associate Vice President for Research Compliance at Louisiana State University, and I would like to thank you for these questions, and I would like to thank you for the purview that you're looking at this issue under. We take it very seriously at Louisiana State University, and we are very proactive in the areas of protecting all of the intellectual property, research data, and our personnel, with our own policies additional to what the federal government is doing as well. It's a pleasure to be with you today, and I look forward to our discussion.
We can talk in the future, certainly. And this is good. Is this the first time we've had this office?
It is pretty new. I don't know if Dr. Tooley's here. He's going to come up, our Vice President for Research. It's something that I want to give you credit because you deserve it. I think it was 2 years ago you started this line of questioning. So we've been asking